I prefer psychological warfare, you know? Yeah. I like knowing that I can ask my mother a question and the mere mention of that question might terrorize her mind for years to come. So I chose Christmas. So here's what I did, okay? She's like cooking and dancing. She's like, "Riki, tiki, tiki, la, la, la." I go, "Mom?" And she goes, "Jay?" Like I could feel the joy coming off of her. And I'm like, now's a good time. I go, "Mom, have you ever thought about how you're gonna have to bury each one of those dogs?" She goes, "Why would you say that?" And I go, "I don't know." I go, "You ever think about what you'll do if Dad dies before you?" "I would hope to die the same day." Well, that'd actually be super convenient. Like as far as planning the funerals and going over the will, if you can pull it off, I think we'd all be on board. She goes, "Merry Christmas."
I grew up in a Spanish-speaking household, which means I listen to a lot of Spanish music. That when you listen to Spanish music, it influences who you become, like all music would. For me, I used to listen to a lot of this singer named Juan Luis Guerra, a Dominican singer. And he would sing just a lot of love songs, you know? Songs with titles like Si tú te vas, which means if you were to leave me. And the lyrics go, Si tú te vas, mi corazón se morirá, which means if you leave me, my heart would die. I'm 10 years old, and I'm like, oh shit. I don't want that to happen. So I would balance it out. I would listen to a lot of Todd Shaw, and you might know him by his stage name, Too Short. And he would sing songs like Blowjob Betty. I would go back and forth between these two great songwriters, you know? Mi corazón se morirá. A bust a left nut, right nut in her jaw. Sperm on her cheeks is all dissolved. And that's how I go through life today. Today I'm basically like, hola.
Well, anyways, after that, I kept reading messages, reading. And then, a little while ago, I got, in one 6-week period, 200,000 emails and messages just from the state of Louisiana over jokes that I told in a special. Now, if you don't know, I had a joke in a previous special, and yeah, it's fine. It was a very silly joke. The joke essentially was, I said, you know what? We should build a wall in this country, but we should build it around that dumb fucking state. That was my joke. Now, look, I'm so dumb, I was like, everybody will like that joke. No, they don't. Not the people you made it about. I got so many misspelled death threats, and I was like, is this Creole? What the hell are they trying to tell me? Do you ever wonder what kind of slave owner you would have been? Now, not now. I mean, it's 1831. You're white. You live exactly where you live right now. You guys are like, we don't want to play this game. All right, well, fuck it, I'll play. I know how I would have been. I mean, I love buying cars now. I know we have 3, but look at this fucking guy. All right, well, hey, if you didn't like that joke, don't think about it. Now,
my dad's a Vietnam vet. You know, some of them are cool. Some of them don't want to talk about Vietnam. My dad does. Some vets are like, I don't want to talk about it. And my dad's like, what do you want to know? Here's what I wanted to know when I was a kid. It's terrible to ask a stranger this, but it was my own father. And, you know, I'd seen a lot of movies, so I'm like, you're in the war. Did you kill anybody? The first time I asked him that, he goes, no, I didn't. I go, all right, okay. A few years later, I asked him again, did you ever kill anybody? He goes, it wasn't like that. I was a lieutenant. I was in charge of people. It just didn't work like that. I said, okay. And then a few years later, I asked him again. I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, I threw grenades into bunkers. I go, were there people in there? He goes, there were, yeah. Just little pieces by the time I got in there. And then last year I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. Whoa.
I'll tell you a fun story, all right? When I first got to LA many years ago, I met a girl in a bar. She took me back to her place. We start messing around. I signed the consent forms. We start messing around. As we're doing it, she reaches around, she puts a finger in me, and I go, and she goes, hmm? And I go, oh, yeah. That's it. That's the end of the story. But go for your dreams. First time I actually got in trouble for saying something was about 5 years ago. I got in trouble for saying Gypsy on television. Yeah, I didn't say anything nice about him, so let me rephrase it. I was just like, I was on a show. I was like, who doesn't hate gypsies? And then everybody on the show was like, we're with you. But afterwards, they found out. And they reached out. Like the president of the Gypsies sent me a message. I guess she stole someone's phone, so she sent me this message. We can tell who travels. So she sent me this message. She was like, you said the G word on I was like, huh? The G word? Well, I'm a grown man. And this is over email. She's being a real B word, so I didn't want to push her, make her a C word. You know what I mean? Where my N word?
That's gay? Damn. I used to abuse that expression, I'm not gonna lie. And never for anything remotely sexual. I just would say it all the time. Like if you were like, I'll have a water, no ice, I'd be like, that's gay, Why do you have so many balloons? That's gay. Shit like that. You can't say it anymore. Now, to be clear, you can say that's gay, but it has to be for something overtly gay. Like it has to be 10 guys standing in a line. Each of them has their dick in the ass of the guy in front of them, and they're marching and they're going, I want to come. Give me the cum. I want to come. And then you can go, that's gay. And even then, they're like, take it easy. And you're like, all right, Jesus.
When I say the genders, I am only speaking of 2 of the several hundred that now exist. I would like it to be clear where I stand. I have no problem calling anybody anything they wish to be called. It is no burden on me. You can identify as a shoelace if you want to. And I will call you Zippity Zimzer if you ask me to. Do I think it's a little silly? Yeah, but so is badminton, and that's an Olympic event, So
you can't say midget? God damn it. I never thought we'd lose that one. Can't say it. People get very upset. I never said it to be cruel, and let's be honest, it was perfectly acceptable for years. The best part about the word midget before it became offensive is that it's specific. You know exactly what someone's talking about when they say it. That's what was great about it. You could be like, oh, I was at the zoo today and I saw a midget. And you'd be like, oh, did they feed him to the lions? Like, what happened next, But now, I can't say that. Now I gotta be like, I saw a little person. And you're like, was it a child or? I'm like, no, under 4'11" with the hands. Oh, okay.
Your dad, with all due respect, is kind of a piece of shit. A little bit. And if you're like, not my dad, he's good. Yeah, to you. He's not always like that to your mom. If they've been together 3 decades, you don't think he says some off-colored shit? Every now and then? Of course he does. They're laying in bed, your dad's tossing and turning, he can't sleep. And your poor mother, is everything all right, dear? It's fine. Was supper good? Yeah, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Can I do anything to help? Yeah, you can lick my balls, all right? And you want to know something? Your poor mother, she does it, all right?
Yo, let's talk about a real issue at hand. Trash piling up, it's time to take a stand. From plastic bottles to styrofoam cups, our planet's drowning, it's time to wake up. Garbage trucks roll, streets lined with waste, but where does it go? It's not a race to the landfill, a mountain of despair. But we can change course, show that we care. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. Single-use plastics, they gotta go. From straws to bags, it's time to say no. Bring your own cup, your own tote bag. Small steps add up, let's not lag. Sorting all waste is not that tough. Recycling centers, that's where it's rough. Separate paper, glass, and cans. Give them a new life, that's the plan. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. But it's not just about the stuff we toss. It's about the mindset, there's no loss. Composting food waste, it's a win. Turning scraps to soil, let's begin. Educate the masses, from young to old. The future's at stake, let the story unfold. For the sake of our planet, our home sweet home. Let's clean up our act, together we roam. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand.
Because she's a ball hog, so your mom gets down there. And she goes, I like my life. Oh, your mom. Now, your grandma, think about some of the things that she's done.